My mom was rolling on the floor. Their school being a big school, they just called for another bus to come take them to school. We're in the middle, we hit somebody and that person hit us from behind. The bus automatically got squeezed before it was even told that particular day. We're seeing the bone dangling outside from, we're seeing the bone dangling. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while, guys. Yeah, I know it's been a while. It's been a very long time, and a lot of things have been happening. So I've just not had the time to, just sit one-on-one with you guys and talk or whatever we have to do. But I think this is going to be my comeback here. So I hope to see you guys more often now. Yeah, and we can get to talk and get to vibe each other. So today I'm going to be telling a story. Yay! Yeah, it's story time today. I'm going to be telling the story of how I got in a car accident with my mom and my siblings. Yeah, my two siblings. I'm the firstborn, and I have two younger siblings. So I'm going to be telling a story of how we got in a car accident together. Boom! Let's get right into it. So let me just give this brief introduction so that the story could be understandable. Yeah, my mom owns a school. Yeah, she owns a school, and at the time, the three of us were attending her school because we were just in primary school, so we're still attending our school. Our school was just a primary school. We were attending our school, and it wasn't like anywhere close to our house where we were living. So obviously we had to transport ourselves to the school, and there was arrangement for transportation. Yeah, at first she hired cab men, yeah, to take us to school in the morning and bring us in the afternoon. After a while, we decided to get a bus for the school. We got a bus for the school, yeah. The bus wasn't painted though. The name of the school wasn't written on it. It was just a regular bus. And okay, when she got a bus, obviously there had to be a driver to drive it. So she started hiring drivers, but the drivers weren't forthcoming. Like they were always disappointing, different stories every day. So that was when my mom decided to take the bull by the horn. Decided to learn how to drive so she could at least drive the bus herself afterwards at school, right? Yeah, she learned how to drive. Okay, let's say at this point she was still learning, but at least she was becoming better. Obviously, day by day, driving every day you get better. And so the fact that she was driving with students in the bus, obviously she had to get a learner's permit. Yeah, she got a learner's permit and hung it at the front and the back of the bus like learners always do. So she became the bus driver, the proprietress of the school, and also the bus driver at the same time. And the students that were going through the transportation were students that were going from our area. There were also students. The school also had students in the area of the school, yeah, but for those of us that were coming from the area of our house. So I think every morning we go to, I can't remember exactly, but we go to like five places. We have like five places where we pick. No, not, I don't think it's up to five. Some are very close to our house. They come to our house in the morning. So and they enter the bus from our house. While those are not like, they are streets away from our house. They are not close for them to come to our house. Like we had some in our street. I think we had like not two students, but like two houses, because like all the people going from our street, I think it was only one family that had just the child attending our school from our street. Yeah, so those going from our street, they converge in our street, and maybe the second street they converge in our house in the morning before we now set off to pick the others that are streets away, and before we now start going to school. So as the firstborn of the family, I usually stay in the front in the morning. I see my mom in the front in the morning when I'm going to school. So this fateful morning, I think it rained overnight. Yeah, I think so. So everybody got into the bus. Time for me to, because we weren't living in our own apartments. Yeah, it was a rented apartment, so there was no space in the compound to park the car. I had to park it outside. The only cars that stayed in the compound were the landlords. These were the only two cars that could even enter the compound. The compound had no space for parking, so it was only the landlord's car that were in the compound. Other tenants that had cars were always parked outside the gates, outside the compound on the street. So we also parked the bus on the street. So this fateful morning, we were going to school, time to enter the bus, and I couldn't enter the bus because the front seats, yeah, where it was parked, there was water, residue of the rainwater that's always on the ground. Yeah, it was there. So I couldn't enter the front. My mom was like, okay, enter the back. Now when we go to, she mentioned this particular person, that when we go to pick them, I think they were the next to be picked. No, okay, they were the last set of people that the people she mentioned were the last set of people that we picked before we finally set off for school. So she was like, when we get to their place, then I will move to the front. And I said, okay. So I went back and see me that I wanted to move to the front. I went to the back and I got to sit at the last seat at the back. I went to the back, like the last seat at the back. I just love to be near the window, yeah. So I went to the back, sat down, we're discussing, and we consider our journey to school like always. And that was how I even totally forgot I was supposed to go to the front. We picked the people we were supposed to pick, and we're already on our way to school. So if I didn't remember that I was supposed to sit at the front again, I was already enjoying myself with others at the back. We're discussing, vibing. So I can't remember. I think we stopped to get fuel at a fuel station at a bus stop. I can't remember actually. So we stopped to get fuel there. And I think at that place also there was also a school bus. According to those that were paying attention in the bus, because I wasn't paying attention to the road that particular day. I wasn't paying attention to the road. So that bus, there was also a school bus that we met at that filling station. It was a school bus of another school, then a bike. So I think it all started with that bike. Immediately we left the filling station, I think we all left the filling station at the same time. So it all started with that bike. Yeah, so that bike, I think that bike it tried to overtake us, then tried to overtake the other bus. Okay, it was like this: the bus was in front, we were at the back, and I think the bike was coming from our back. It tried to overtake I think it tried to overtake the two buses at the same time. I can't remember clearly. I just knew that okay, yeah. The bike tried to overtake the bus from nowhere. So like it was like a confusion for the other bus in front, and it just hit the brakes unexpectedly. And we coming, I feel like we're both on high speed though, but as well, my mom was driving also, and she saw that the other one hit the brakes, not expecting. So not like there was a stop, there was no traffic light there. The place was like just a normal road. So then there actually has no cost. There is no cost for a vehicle to hit the brakes at that part of the road. So my mom seen that this bus just stopped suddenly, abruptly, like what's going on. So she also tried to stop but couldn't stop. We didn't know what was going on. The first night was bam, that was we hitting the bus. So and we hitting the bus, it's made the bus kind of swerve. Yeah, I know there's always on the road, there's always in Lagos, there's always a partition on the road, like to show the left and the right lane. We're on the right lane obviously. So the bus in front was closer to that partition. Yeah, so we hitting the bus with force, it's kind of turned our own bus, so that it was not it after hitting the bus, it was no longer in a straight motion. Like the back kind of swerved to the road a little, and there was this downfall bus coming from behind, seeing what happened, thinking he could just dodge what happened and just bypass. In his process of trying to dodge, and obviously there was no enough space for him to dodge the accident. That's why he just hit us from back. Next thing we also add, bam, what happened? The downfall bus hit us from the back. And mind you guys, I was sitting at the back, the last seat, and then I was cutting my hair. So imagine, and I actually didn't really feel anything when we hit the first bus, but the moment that downfall bus hit our bus from behind, it was then I knew something hits me. Like from that moment, there was a pain I started feeling at the back of my head, and I think up to now I I kind of feel that pain because that place at the back of my head is still swollen there because of my hair. It's actually covered. Thinking of it now, like that part of my head is still swollen till today at the back of my head. And I wasn't, yeah, I was cutting my hair. I think my sister was also cutting my hair, and I think my sister, and my brother were also with me. Also, the three of us were like on that seat at the back. With that fall, the glass at the back shattered. I think one of them hits. Maybe I don't know. I think I got caught by one of the glasses. I can't even remember. My sister that was with me, my sister was using glasses at that time. Her glasses also just shattered at that moment. Like it all happened in the twinkling of an eye, and it was like confusing, and we're like, God, what just happened now? Thank God there was always a teacher with us from, I didn't mention that there was always a teacher with us from our side, yeah, that there's always in the bus to conduct the students and watch over us and take care of us, so that my mom could focus on driving until the school gets till we get to school. Obviously every school bus has that one person, like a teacher or something, that is always in the bus with the students. So yeah, we had that. The teacher got down, he got down, tries to bring every one of us down here. My mom also got down, and the first thing my mom did when she got down, God guys, my mom was rolling on the floor, because I think in all we were 16 students in that bus, including me, our own children, we were 16. So she was rolling on the floor, like my mom was thinking, God, like God. She was like, your brother, she was like, oh Lord, we should be both ones very, oh more those kind of stuff. She was rolling on the ground, thanking God. Even with the glasses shattered on the floor, she was just rolling on the floor and thanking God. So as we got down, that was how we got down. So obviously the students in the other bus too got down, and that was how I met my friend, my childhood friend. I also met her. I said I wasn't focused on the road before, so I didn't know the bus that was in our front. So it was until she got down, I saw it was actually at school. I saw my friend, my childhood friend. We also attend the same church. I saw her in the bus. I was like, wow, the first accident I get involved in my family and my childhood friend. It's like, okay, I met her, we greeted, exchanged pleasantries, but their school being a big school, they just called for another bus to come take them to school. Our school, not being a big school actually, we were not a big school then, so we had to go back home. Number one, there was no any other bus to pick us. Number two, we actually really could not even, I don't, none of us could actually go back to school that day. Some of us were crying and just a lot, so we couldn't go back to school that day. We just had to go back home, and for the next 3 days we didn't go to school. We were at home, I think, for 3 to 4 days. I can't remember, but I think for the remaining days in that week we didn't go to school. Yeah, it was until the next week. And God, just thank God for God. Thank God nothing happened. Imagine, because when we go home, I think that it was a weekly service day and we didn't go to church. My dad went to church. My dad usually goes to church usually goes to church directly from work. When he's coming from work, he just brushes to church if it's a weekly service day. So we're getting to church and seeing my dad is unusual, because obviously we would be the ones to get to church before my dad, because we're always at home. Seeing my daddy come to church and we're not in church, so he raised the question, where are your family members? It's your wife and kids. So for the people that we're very close to in the church, he just had to explain the whole thing to them. And that was how they took it upon themselves to come to our house after service. In the night though, I think our weekly service ends by, if it's Monday, ends by 8:30 then. So it's the 8 o'clock. I can't remember which particular day it was in the week, but I think I remember like it was actually a weekly service day that day. So I can't remember if it was Monday or Thursday, because it's been like over 10 years now. So they came to our house after the service. Like, people came, they came, and there were a lot of people that came, not like a lot, but at least a lot also. So imagine, my mom was not like, oh my God, then just thank you. Just imagine if something bad had happened to anybody, this is how they would have just been coming. It's not be like the Yoruba call is bobata for sen, like well show so they kill bobata for sen no. So it's actually a very big a very big testimony for us in our family, because the fact that, even let's even see something that really happened, like other people's children, like don't even know what would have happened today. And something that actually happened at that time, that might have actually been the end of that school then, because it was just a growing school. So that might have been the end of that school at that time if any casualty had happened to any students. Like I just bless God, for the preservation of every one of us life. Like funny enough, like God just does his work. The boss in front of us and our boss, nobody had injury. The only thing was like just bruises, and maybe just when you hit something or something and that place gets swollen there. That was the only thing that happened to us. Really, we like thing is, people that are actually saw that our boss, we're like, God is wonderful, because when in the middle we hit somebody and that person hit us from behind, the boss automatically got squeezed before it was even told that particular day. He got squeezed. The boss that hit us from behind, I think someone died instantly. I think the driver or the conductor died instantly in that bus. And so another person, oh my God, I have never seen such a thing in my life. The person was injured that the bone was broken, and we were literally seeing the bone outside. The person was crying, was bleeding seriously, and we're seeing the bone dangling outside we're seeing the bone dangling, like, and nothing happened to us, both the two school bus, both the other school and our own school. Nothing happened to not any of us in the bus. Like it was a big testimony for our families, right? God, it was a big testimony because God really did a lot. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to be pulling the curtains today. Yeah, hopefully there will be more story times to come. There's actually another story. I don't know when I'm going to be saying that one, but this is where I'm going to be pulling the curtains for today's video. Thank you guys for watching my video. For those that clicked returning subscribers, thank you guys for coming back, and for new subscribers, you're welcome. I'm supposed to have said at the beginning of the video, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching my video. Please do also like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye. I bring the pain like